Boop. All right. Hello, people. Welcome to Balcast. I almost forgot.
What are we doing?
Balcast 16. Wow. Brought to you by the sweet and beautiful Auto Cow. Thanks to them. You can go to their website and check out tons of information on PM streams. And I guess streams in general. They've been fleshing out, adding a lot of games to that.
Yeah, they do separate ones for general Smash and then a PM specific one.
Yeah, and they also have they've been posting in Melee, at least SoCal Melee. I don't know if they post in every. They you know how they have the PM coming up things. Yeah, they've been doing that for Melee too. It's been interesting. Mm-hmm. But anyway, basically today's whole cast is just going to be talking about literally 6 or 7 events that are coming up in only the next month.
The Smash of summer.
Yeah, there's actually a ridiculous amount of events.
I got that wrong. Damn it.
It's gonna because we're gonna have to go over them all right now because literally every other Balcast we're gonna have to recap everything. So this is we're looking down the bowling ball alley before we
in 2 weeks. That is 3 events we gotta have to recap already.
Yes.
All right, so let's jump in.
The actual question we're gonna start off with: if you got a free flight to one event, and it was one of these, I guess, which one are you going to? Go for it. I feel like we generally do the.
Well, we'll start with Mickey because Mickey seemed the most stressed about the and I'm the least stressed. So.
I would probably choose Low Tier City 5. Mainly because I resonate with the Texas guys a ton. They're some of my favorite people in the community. And especially the Squander Squad guys with Troy, Arsenals, and Lunchables. I went last year, LTC 4, had an amazing time. Trey housed me there, and it was great, except for the fact that I got called a terrorist by his dad. It was weird. I woke up, I was just on my laptop. He walks in, he just asked me a couple of questions, interrogating me. Then it just ends with, "Are you a terrorist?" And no sarcasm whatsoever in his tone. I'm like, "No, I am not."
Wait, what question?
How would you answer the question?
Just about the event, hey, you come to
the bomb the event, or
how I came in just to play video games, and then he's just. That out of the blue, that question got asked. I'm like, this is awkward.
What did you say? Is the real question.
I don't even remember what I said. It was just nothing nothing special.
But the bottom line is
apparently I come off as a terrorist according to Trey's dad.
Because of that experience, Mickey wants to go to LTC 5.
Yeah, going back.
I'm going back.
Let's go.
Good enough.
Interesting.
Alright, go for it.
Alright, if I had to pick one, I would definitely say Blacklisted 3, just because it looks ridiculously hype, and I just haven't even been to the East Coast yet for Smash, ever, so I'm down to basically go to anything on the East Coast, and I'm really excited for Blacklisted 3, and I really want to meet the Japanese guys, because I've talked to I've really only talked to a couple of them on Twitter and stuff, but it'd be cool to meet them and see them and meet more international people, so that'd be cool.
Yeah, it was actually cool at Bigger Balc when you pretty much housed all of the international
people.
It
was really weird because
happened to be international.
They were
people.
just a bunch of international people just playing PM, just at a house.
France, Australia, Chile was basically it.
Yeah.
And Canada.
Yeah. It's
dude, whoever's housing the Japanese dude for Blacklisted 3, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's
have fun
super
with that.
sick.
That's gonna be dope.
And also might low-key stressful.
Yeah, as people who we actually all had to deal with the housing situation of the Balc, Takes a lot of energy. Yeah,
I just watched half of Fuzz's interview. He had a big 30-minute interview that just got posted an hour or two ago. And he talked about getting housed on the balcony. He's the downtime before Bigger Balc was super shitty, super hot and just super crowded in the house. Just not fun.
But yeah, basically there's just a bunch of sick talent going out to that event, and I'm definitely gonna watch it. It's gonna be super hype. Yeah. How about you? What event you flying to? Free money.
I just like the idea of if you got flown out, and I'm oh man, I wish
yeah, right.
It's for me, what the fuck? That could happen for you guys.
I know.
Though.
I'm just saying.
I would never get flown out.
I know. Well, that's why for you.
Well, you could as a streamer, huh?
That's why I'm saying for you it's just some some hypothetical
Fantasy.
question.
Dream.
But for me, it's like I'm like so close.
Right? I'm with you there.
I'm like, oh man, it's like having like $40 and you want to buy a GameCube game or something like that. That's just like what it feels like in my heart. Anyways, I would probably pick Super Duper Nova just because I went to the first one, Supernova, the regular old Supernova before it became Duper, and like that was probably one of my like aside from being housed halfway across like a street or two away from the projects, like.
Oh yeah.
It was like a really sick experience, and I actually really liked like hanging out with like the New York guys. I think that the New York scene is a little older. It's kind of like our scene is, so it's like I thought like if you go to like NorCal and stuff, you can hang out with those guys, but they're all like kind of like students and stuff. But like when you are hanging out with like New York, it's like people that like are.
Oh, we're gonna go do stuff.
Oh yeah, we're gonna go do stuff. So I don't know. I really like that crowd. I like the idea of New York, and like even though public transportation is kind of shitty. It's like less shitty for travelers. You know what I mean?
I was gonna say here it'd be worse if you're like flying to SoCal. It's like you literally have to Uber everywhere.
You have to Uber somewhere. You have to get a ride. Like in New York, it's like they don't even have cars. You know, it's like maybe an hour to get to the venue through public transportation. But at least like after you're done, you can go to like the Statue of Liberty or whatever. Whatever.
Casually.
Random New York.
Yo,
stuff.
Smash at the Statue of Liberty.
Oh, what?
Of Liberty. We'll work on it. We'll get in touch with the East Coast. But anyways.
Alright, yeah, so basically, again, just gonna be going over, like, literally a bitch ton of events. Starting off with this weekend, literally, like, I don't think anything starts tomorrow, but Saturday, Sunday, we have Smashadelphia. This is actually the second one. The first one, I believe, was only Smash 4 from, like, the event page.
See if I can find the pools, because they just got posted.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can bring up the event page. Yes. But yeah, so basically last year they had just Smash 4. For whatever reason, they've like completely expanded. It has Melee, 64, PM, and Smash
Every
4.
Smash game.
Yeah.
Every Smash game.
And PM specifically, Chibo's been like really going in on trying to like advertise and all that goodness. It's got 100 people right now.
That's actually pretty sick.
Yeah. It's basically like a pretty dope looking regional. They have like Thunders going out, Fearless, Frozen, Hyper Flame. So that right there is like pretty good mix of like national talent.
And then you also have Mewtwo King and ESAM
from
like Melee and Smash 4 coming into PM once again.
Mewtwo King's gonna enter PM.
Yeah, Mewtwo King's entering PM.
Yeah, I mean obviously with every grain of salt, as we can see, like kind of with Smash, it's like he'll enter and we'll see like how long he enters for, or if he like actually bothers to like go all the way through it. There was like a couple, at least one or two events last year he did enter. I know he had.
I think he dropped after losing.
He had a grand set with Lunchables.
Yeah, that was at
either
Super Bit Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm by no means thinking that Mewtwo King is going to come back, but I do like the idea of us, because Mewtwo King, I think, out of any player probably in the world, it's like he's like the guy who just has like good Smash fundamentals and will like kind of just like he like played a million characters in PM and was super successful in a bunch of stuff. So like
he basically plays every Smash game.
Like he's one of the best Smash players. Period. Like on the levels like Zero, Isaiah, ESAM, like they're all like super good at all the Smash games.
Yeah, so it's like a win over Mewtwo King, even if he hasn't played PM in years, is still pretty substantial. I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to like excited to see who's gonna do it. You know what I mean? Like because you have other players like Lucky or like like Bladewise who are like really good at Melee, but it's like they have days where they just suck at PM.
Yeah.
But Mewtwo King, I think that he's like that much better that even if he's like not having a good day, like it'll be interesting to have him in the mix for that tournament.
Yeah, like and he said like a couple times on Twitter like. Yeah, he plays like any Smash game whenever it's available. It's just depending what national he goes to.
I just actually wonder, like, my big low-key thought is just like, what if he DQs himself? You know what I mean?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's like, that's just like a constant fear I have. When, that's why I feel bad about hyping up, like,
Melee,
like Smash 4 Melee people. And, like, we kind of just see it every time where it's like, it's exciting, but it's like, don't, like, get your hopes up until it, like, happens. Mm-hmm. I'd rather, like, not go in with the expectation and then be like, oh, ESAM actually played out his pool than, like, you know? So I feel like a lot of times, like, the farther we get into PM's, like, future, I guess, I feel like the earlier or the more likely it is, like, those guys just drop out, like, earlier and sooner. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like we've left the era of like, because they don't even get to win anymore. You know, they're just so much less dedicated to it.
I can see that.
Well, part of the reason why like players would drop is like the focus on their main game, which while Smashadelphia does not have an event limit, and which if you're Mewtwo King, he entered I think everything.
Oh, that was a mistake.
The reason why they allowed that is because they actually spaced all the events so that way it is possible you can enter them. That's the only reason why they didn't do that. Like
2 days.
Like Friday is gonna have like I think like 64. I actually haven't looked at the schedule, but from what I've heard from the TOs, they've spaced out the schedule so that way it is possible to enter all the events if you wanted to.
Yeah, I did
and
talk
have to worry
Chibo.
about that.
In terms of like the stream schedule, obviously Chibo, it's gonna be streamed on Clash tournaments. He told me that Dubs is gonna be Friday, so that's tomorrow, and then that is gonna be finished Saturday, and then the rest of Saturday will be pools, and then Sunday is the final bracket. So that's kind of like what PM's schedule is for this weekend. Other details that I like by mistake glimpsed over is that this is a part of a game convention. It's gonna have Crush 40.
Crush 40.
That's insane.
It's actually like the weirdest thing.
That's actually insane.
I hope that gets streamed.
They're gonna play it.
That better get streamed. Yeah, of course. Yes, they are. Absolutely.
Every day at least twice.
Absolutely.
That's
twice.
So insane. Come on, at least.
And
Fuck it, I'm flying to Smashadelphia.
Right now.
Change my answer.
Go right now. Since Sosa dropped, let's go take his spot.
Oh yeah. But yeah, so it's in Pennsylvania also.
Yeah, Philadelphia. Smashadelphia, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Who would have thought?
What?
No.
Oh
but yeah,
God.
So that's like this weekend. Definitely worth checking out.
I also think that just before we move on to the next event, like it's like a pretty cool idea to think that this was a Smash 4 only tournament last year, which means that it has probably like that's what
the first one says. I mean, like
I didn't know. I thought this was the first iteration of Smashadelphia.
Yeah. So if it was only Smash 4 last year, then you would think that would have the most momentum going into the next year. But Smash 4 is currently chilling at 110, 111 entrants, I think, right now, and then PM's like at 100.
Yeah.
So I think that's just it's like
we're above
cool.
Melee.
Who is here for Melee?
Mewtwo King.
Mewtwo King's like the only one.
Yeah. That's like a pretty big deal.
But they weren't really advertising much to Melee. They were focusing on PM and Smash 4.
I mean, obviously, as we're gonna see, PM is pretty stacked for this summer. But Melee is also like really stacked this summer. Like Evo is like coming up too. But anyway, we'll get to
that when we walk through that part of the thing.
Anybody want to take on Blacklisted 3?
I guess I will.
It's literally all men.
So Blacklisted is happening at the big arcade mall in Massachusetts.
Yes.
I don't know what city.
That is.
But it's a PM exclusive event with nearly 200 people at 192 happening not this weekend, but the following weekend, the 4th of July weekend. And it's a one-day event, it looks like.
No, it's 2 days.
It is 2 days?
I just wrote the first day.
Oh, okay, so it is a 2-day event.
Yeah.
So that one looks to be like the most stacked event so far that we see right now. It's got Malachi, Switch, Fresh, Thunder, Flip, Gallo, Hyper, Pikmon, Kais, Shiny Zubat, DVD, Marshall, Boyko, Dirtboy, Aki, XYK, like tons of talent. And then you also have Kalne, the #1 Japanese player, like because they got their goal, the compendium goal met in the Blacklisted compendium, which is really cool to finally see Japanese players, or mainly just Japanese player, because the other guy that got flown out is translator from what I got to help Kalne adapt to American culture.
Be able to get around.
Speak to people.
So we got Saturday is going to be all dubs and pools. Sunday top 64 and pool and seating's just gonna go all the way out. No reseating happening, as East Coast definitely does love that, and which I admit is the way to go. Don't reseed. Not the best idea.
Yeah, they already have their pools and seating up on their Smash GG. So like if you're entered in that event, obviously registration is closed. But if you're entered in that event, you can like literally go check that out like right now.
Okay.
It's next week.
Yeah, most tournaments don't even show their seating. They usually hide that.
I don't know. I don't want to say seating is shown. I just know at the very least pools are shown.
Okay.
I didn't actually look because I'm not entered. So
I didn't even know they went. I didn't know they went live.
Yeah, I don't know how recently it was, but that's what I was told.
Okay.
They're gonna be having 2 streams, so that's pretty sick, and 6 recording setups.
Holy fuck!
Is what I was told.
I'm pretty sure all of Top 64 is getting recorded.
Mm-hmm.
That's whoa.
It's a lot of work. Good luck to whoever has to deal with that.
I wonder when they're starting Best of 5. I'm curious about that.
I do not know, but yeah, there was. I was just told tons of information. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is also going to be like the biggest Northeast event in 3.6 is what Kunai was telling me.
It's pretty dope.
Yeah, it's got a whole... It's like literally got pretty much the closest thing right now that we have to like a true national, at least like already... Of all the
like
events
after Smash and Splash, yeah.
Yeah, so we have like, obviously we have Pacific Northwest. For some reason we just like really don't have any SoCal. I know that Jose and Seth or Ion were on the compendium, but that like that
goal didn't get met.
Yeah. We do have Thunders. Mm-hmm. We have Texas. Right? Is Fearless? Or was that the last event? Do we actually have any Texas?
I don't think any Texas is going to this.
No.
Oh no.
No, it's fine.
Oh,
it didn't
okay.
crash.
I thought that was blue screen for a second.
I had to fix that. But yeah. Oh yeah, and I guess we might as well go over last year's Blacklisted. So that was pretty hype.
Wasn't that what's his face? Malachi's big losers run, his big breakout tournament where he just like crushed through losers.
Yeah, yeah. It was in terms of like top 3 it was Malachi, DVD, and then Gallo. And I'm like thinking right now, I'm like, I can't even remember the last event DVD was at. So like it's actually been a while.
Olympus is the last one I remember him being.
Yeah, it's like been a while since he's done anything.
Wait, he was probably at Flex Zone.
Yeah, it's true. But yeah, we had. Oh yeah, Malachi just fucking.
Who did he lose to in winners?
Oh yeah,
he lost pretty early.
Yeah, I remember him getting upset. Oh yeah,
lost to Kais. That's right.
Although to be fair, in this day and age, like Kais has done that
multiple times.
A couple times, yeah. But like even still, like fuck.
Yeah.
All right, and then in losers he went through Little Turtle, Comb, Watch and Learn, Fresh, Frozen, BP, Envy, Dark, Gallo,
and then
DVD twice. Like, oh my god, what a run!
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, so this is like the tournament that kind of put Malachi.
Yeah, that was like his national recognition. Kind of thing.
So it'll be cool because he's back again, you know, and now it's like.
Gallo's back too.
Yeah, so we actually have a lot of so we have Switch, Malachi, Thunders, and Flip, all 4 of which made top 8 at the Bigger Balc, right? All 4 of them made top 8 at the Bigger Balc.
Which 4?
Flip, Malachi,
yes.
Thunders, and Switch.
Yes,
all 4 of them will be here at this tournament. So that's like those 4 like already kind of showed that. Out of like the Bigger Balc, which was like 300 and whatever people, that they're the best. So now it's like the skill ceiling here is just as like it's like the top of what you can get. A lot of people would kind of say, myself included, that Thunders, Malachi, and Switch are like all kind of like that tier 0 player.
Yeah.
With Flip like showing that he has the potential to be up there too. He hasn't really been to many events. I'm excited to see where Flip is
but for whatever reason still did really well at the Bigger Balc. So like it's like hard to doubt him.
Kind of like LZ for last year.
Yeah. But yeah, moving on. I'll go over this one because this one's like a bit on the like the lower radar. I guess we haven't actually even mentioned yet. These are all circuit events.
Yeah, all these are circuit events. Yeah.
Fun fact. But yeah, continuing on with the circuit listings, there is Super Smash Wars, which is also a part of the Midwest circuit. Fun fact. And then
in Oklahoma with Oklahomies.
Yeah, and it's a DZ or DZ Comics. It's like kind of weird to say DZ Comics, but this is I think I like messaged the guy and like didn't hear back from him yet. But I was...
this is the same guy, same TO from Arlo.
Yeah, and this is, I think, either the team behind or a tournament that is, like, in some way a successor to, like, the Super Bit Wars series.
Okay.
So, yeah, Super Smash Wars, Midwest. It's not super stacked out right now, But I'm pretty sure it's just going to be like a bunch of...
It's happening the same weekend as Blacklisted, so that's a little unfortunate for them.
They do, actually, now that I think about it, this is where we see the Texas people, because we have Arsenals and Troy already pre-regged. And yeah, there's like Flashing Fire, Dill. It's basically just going to be like a Midwest powwow. Obviously, a lot of the Midwest is also going to be at Blacklisted 3, because it's got Marshall, it's got XYK, it's got Dirt Boy. Yeah, so... It's gonna be.
It's got Aki.
Yeah, well, of the Midwest. Oh yeah, is he?
Yeah, Aki
is he Midwest now?
He's Midwest right now.
I'm
pretty sure.
He doesn't live in Washington right now.
I don't know. When last I saw it listed him as Illinois.
He was at Wreck the Halls.
That was a long time ago.
I don't know. What happens in a person's life?
That you wind up in like Midwest randomly for Christmas.
In any case, I also just think it's kind of weird scheduling for like the circuit, right? It's like, yo, we're the circuit. Here are our events, and it's all like we have two on the same day, and we're the circuit. You know what I mean?
It's yeah, circuit's super organized right now, and then this is gonna be on. I don't actually know where this is gonna be streamed yet. I didn't get that answered, but normally I'm pretty sure this is streamed on. Oh God, I know this. I made their logo. No. Alright,
Oklahoma Smash.
Yeah, I don't know.
Smashadelphia.
It doesn't Smashadelphia.
Smash Cat.
That's a pretty catchy name if the Midwest or if Oklahoma is looking for some titles. But yeah, it'll be tweeted out and about and all that jazz. I'll make it obvious, but I'm pretty sure it's a one-day event. July 1st. Yeah. So anyway. Anybody want to you want to talk about Nemesis?
Sure. Nemesis is Washington, like a Washington circuit event, which
Seattle.
I think is Seattle, Washington. Do you know any other cities in Washington besides Seattle? I don't know any. I feel really bad.
Not off the top of my head. I can Google one.
I can't tell you.
All right.
Yo, but Seattle though?
Seattle? Space Needle? They're gonna play on the Space Needle?
I know they have a mountain called Mount St. Helens, but that's about it.
Yeah. Anyways, so that was I just needed to know. But in any case, like Washington is a region that we actually bring up a lot on the cast because they have a lot of events in the Pacific Northwest. It's just that they don't interact with a lot of other regions. A lot of times, actually, like players like Blade-wise and like Aki will like travel out, but not many people travel in. So this is actually like an exciting event because I do know that for players that are confirmed, Sosa made a post. He's going, and me and you, actually all three of us, right, are planning to go to this event too. So it'll be cool. Also, we got pretty much just like all of the Pacific Northwest going, which is like Washington, obviously, and we also got Idaho and Oregon. Idaho's best player is just Kevin. I think that he's probably only Kevin. Wow, I get confused. It's like something adjective Kevin.
I think he's a raw player.
Yeah, he's a raw player, and it'll be cool to see how. Like, I don't know. I'm excited just because like I'm going to the event. You know?
yeah. Like I'm excited. This is my first time in Seattle too. Well, I'm really stoked.
This is like. I don't even know. I can't even name the last time Pacific Northwest like had like a regional that was like really pushed to this like level, you know? Because I don't think they had anything on the circuit last year.
No.
And as far as I know, like they were like the circuit was looking for an event in the Pacific Northwest. I just don't think any of them. I don't know if there was one or if it just like didn't get picked. But like this is like a really good chance for like Washington to finally maybe start making like some sort of regular series happen.
I think because like we like it's not for a lack of trying because like Washington has had a ton of events. Like there was like Finding Chip and like all of these other events too that are like really big. And I think it's just a matter of especially going off of their bigger Balc crew battle performance. They did really well, and I think that like let's say that Sosa goes and then loses, you know, to somebody.
Yeah.
That would first off be
Chevy.
Oh my god,
it's already got out.
Let's go, Chevy. But yeah, so like I think it's like once they establish themselves as a powerhouse, then people will be more interested to fly over. So that'll be
they're
cool.
kind of beginning to establish themselves. Like they're turning heads. They like obviously Chevy beat Malachi. Obviously they did pretty
and
good
almost
against,
beat 8-2.
Yeah,
like
they did pretty good in
Chevy's
their
pretty cool.
crew battle in the bracket. Right?
Yeah,
people
so
are beginning to hear him.
Regional interaction. Also, what if, like, I don't know, like Idaho just gets random upsets and stuff? I'm really stressed going to this tournament personally.
I mean,
because I feel
Idaho beat one of J Money, because he's Idaho too, right behind only Kevin. He beat Dump Shiny and almost beat me too.
Yeah. That's why I'm stressing. Because it's like...
Upsets.
You go to a tournament like this, and it's like you either make it all the way to Bladewise and Aki, which are like the top 2 or 3 in the region, or you get upset by somebody that nobody knows about, because it's a very quiet region, you know? Nobody really knows, but there's like a lot of people you gotta go through, and I'm gonna be very scared.
Yeah, I guess to confirm any other beats, this has PM, Melee, and 64, just in case anybody's, like, trying to, like, get their buddies out there. Might as well squad up the Smash homies. This is apparently in celebration of EPG running 3 years of events. So that's pretty cool that, like, this organization has been around for a while. Yeah. Exciting.
Yeah.
And then, as far as I know, it's probably just going to be streamed on Epeen Gaming, Smashcast.tv.
Nice.
/
And that's happening literally the week after.
Yeah, so I guess to like recap, like midway here, we have this, like literally starting tomorrow, Smashadelphia, and then the second week of July,
just the next week.
No, first weekend of July.
First weekend of July, we have Blacklisted 3 and Super Smash Wars, and now we're going to the next week, which is Nemesis.
Mm-hmm. Let's go to the next week.
The week after that.
Yeah, we're kicking off over to EVO.
Ooh.
I don't feel like I really have to explain EVO too much. It's in Vegas. It literally has, like, every game. So, I don't know. Go to it, I guess. That's like the weekend of July 14th. Typically, I think every time that PM has been at EVO, it's been run by AZPM.
Yeah. Yes. And it's being ran by AZPM again.
Yeah, this year. I'm going to get that event page open.
Sosa won the last one, and he'll be forever... the only champion.
I think that was also Sosa's breakout tournament, because he beat
Junebug
that tournament.
Didn't he also beat H-Box?
He beat H-Box there too.
Yeah.
Before then, it was sort of Sosa and Thunders were kind of on the side playing each other, but Sosa never really played a lot of out of region talent. So him beating Junebug was super big, and that was like, if we're gonna talk about how historically like Blacklisted 2 was Malakai's kind of rise, I think that EVO last year was Sosa's. So that's cool.
Yeah, like Rise of the Titans.
Our Titans like rose in the summer. Like Thunders had LTC,
which we'll talk about later. Yeah.
For some reason, I thought we talked about LTC already. So Thunders LTC, Malachi Blacklisted, Sosa, Evo.
Yeah.
And that's Switch Rose this year.
Flip had Supernova kind of.
Yeah, Flip was Supernova.
Not summer, but like that was like April.
Yeah, so like it's cool to go back down memory lane.
Yeah, and like to think like with all these events coming up, like who is gonna like do it this year? You know, because like Bigger Balc was Fuzz basically.
Yeah.
Switch had Smash and Splash. Lloyd also had.
Laud.
God damn it. Laud had fucking Smash and Splash.
I want to say Laud's really rise because like he's
near the top. I wouldn't say rise, but like Smash and Splash, I feel like Switch and
I think Soth also like
is
just establishing himself as really
absolutely.
Like I feel like that was just them like kind of like reaffirming like their rise, because I don't feel like any of those 3 guys are really considered like, maybe Switch is finally getting there where he's considered like getting into like the top back.
Oh, absolutely. No, like without a doubt Switch is one of the best, like top 4.
Yeah, but he's been like rising to that, you know.
Oh, absolutely.
And like he,
there was that period of 3 weeks where he farmed Sosa wins pretty handily.
But yeah, back into Evo, AZPM, and all that good jazz. Right now, not a ton of people are signing up yet. I mean, it is one of those events where like people are probably just going to sign up last second, because like basically everyone just already goes to Evo. It's just a matter of like
I know Cloudburst is going here. He just has yet to sign up.
Yeah. We got Loyal and Dadpool currently signed up.
I'm probably going to this. I'm still not sure about that. Depends if I can get a ride.
Cool, Mickey.
Yeah. That's what makes an event like this kind of difficult, because sort of like players who are entered in Evo sort of, I don't like, because like you register for Evo, right? Let's say that I'm like a guy who loves Smash 4 or Melee. I sign up for Evo. PM is not an official Evo event, so you would have to, it's like an Evo site event, right? So then you'd have to go sign up on a different thing, right? So it's like a lot of that, you'll probably get a lot of day of like entrance and stuff, just from like how hectic it is. I know that it's one of the more hectic events that are run.
Yeah. I mean,
being there last year, it's super crowded because there's just so many people in that center. And it is a different venue because last year was at the Las Vegas Convention Center. This year, everything is in Mandalay Bay. Last year it was just top 8. Now everything is. Yeah. So I have no idea what the layout's going to be like. But if it's anything like last year, like all like the side events like are just like in one corner of like if you just like bring your own games kind of thing. Like PM's there are like a couple other fighters in that corner. Yeah. Indie games, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I do think that Evo is kind of important. Hopefully, maybe like Nemesis, because like right now in the West Coast, you basically have the big Balc series. Not really. There used to be Final Boss. That's not really a thing in NorCal anymore.
I do know that they're brewing stuff, but nothing that is established yet.
Yeah, nothing like announced yet. Mm-hmm. And then you have Nemesis this year. And then other than that, like historically, it's just been like Evo. It's kind of like the only
West Coast thing.
Yeah, like
also like Rewired Dehydration, all those Arizona events.
Yeah. Rewired's pretty good too. But yeah, so hopefully Evo gets to continue its
Salty Juan's coming up too.
Yeah, that is September, October.
Almost October.
We'll have a chance to talk about it.
We got time. There's other events. But moving on into like the other side of the country, anyone want to talk about Supernova 2?
I'll talk about Supernova 2.
Cool.
Yeah. Because we're going to do it like 50-50 like we've been with these other ones where it's like, what's happening this year and why is it important that we're talking about a Supernova 2 instead of the first one, right?
Yeah.
So Supernova 2, colloquially known as Super Duper Nova, is happening in New York. I think right now, this year, they changed venues. Last year, it was in the Nebs, just where they have their locals at, which I thought was like a really weird experience. It was to go to Nebs, fly in early, play at Nebs on Friday. They kick you out of the venue and they say, we're going to reset up, have a national here tomorrow. I'm like, here? Where we just had a look? Okay. Yeah, so they actually moved venues. They're now in Long Island, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
At the Aeon Gaming Lounge, which, that's where Flex Zone happened. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so that's kind of like their new venue, which is super cool. It's definitely more spacious. I haven't seen it, but Supernova's venue was...
You can't get much smaller for that for a national.
The Nebulous venue is... it's essentially a basement.
Mm-hmm. It is a basement.
So it'll be nice to move to a bigger locale. Right now we have about 100 entrants confirmed right now. With Thunder's Reign, Loyal, Hyperflame, Morks, Bacon Pancakes or BP, Flip, Silver, Kais, and a bunch of other New York, New Jersey players that are probably like gonna crawl out of the woodwork and stuff like that. So they're going to. Are we gonna announce it right now? Do you want to do it?
Yeah, I mean they said that we could. It's like their current plan is to do a compendium, which, as far as I know, starts Monday. I think they're just going to be doing it through, like, the normal Smash GG, so just go to, like, SmashGG/Supernova 2, and you'll be able to, like, get to the reward system. I don't know exactly, like, what they're giving out or doing rewards-wise for the fundraiser, but I know that they're hoping to fly out Jose V, Red Ranger, Blank, Fuzz, and Lunchables are, like, players they're aiming to help get out here. And then they also have goals of Hero Time, J-Fist, LZ. And so, yeah, they're, trying to get more of the SoCal. Because, like, honestly, like, we've been talking about a lot of events, and SoCal really isn't, like, outside of Nemesis, going to a whole lot. Yeah. Like, I can't even, like, most of our PR isn't traveling right now for whatever reason.
SoCal's kind of in hibernation for a little bit.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, like, which is a little bit of a shame, because historically, I think that Supernova, if anyone's going to remember it, they're going to remember it for 2 things, and then 3 things if you are friends with Jake on Facebook. But, like, the first thing is that it was kind of the first time that East Coast and West Coast both had, I would describe, like, a full ship.
Yeah, collided.
Because, like, people like Stereo came out to Final Boss, and, actually, I'm not even sure if a single West Coast player went to the East Coast for anything until Supernova. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I can't think of anything.
That might have been one of the first ones in, like, this era.
Right. Yeah, because I was involved with a lot of the travel plans for a lot of SoCal back when, and we went to Texas once, and we usually don't really travel that much.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was the first time that SoCal came out to the East Coast, and we came out in full force. The crew battle, which was something that we wanted to do, West Coast versus East Coast. We had Thunder's Reign. They got Flip, because Flip is from Connecticut, which is like technically New England, whatever. So it was New York, New Jersey plus Flip versus SoCal plus Thunders. And it was an 8-man crew battle. So we were able to have an 8-person crew plus like
like thinking about it.
It was
ouch.
It was pretty gross. It was really hot, and like everybody there, because like this is like the first time that people have traveled to New York from that far away also. So like those players were super, like, just like the local New York players were like super excited to like just like be really obnoxious to us and stuff. They were, and it worked. I SD'd twice. Purely because of the crowd. So that's fine. We got bodied. So like that's like one of the things that people are known, like Supernova is known for. Another one is I guess like you can like I'll bunch these two together, because it was sort of Flip got first, which was like he was sort of a dominant force in the East Coast area, getting really high things, but like sort of outside, because he's from New England. Not a lot of people kind of like knew about him outside of the East Coast, and just him like handily sort of winning. I think his set against Venom for Ingrands was like a 3-1 or something like that. So like he like took it pretty well, and it was also a tournament where Junebug actually didn't get top 8. That was like the first national he's ever attended that he didn't get top 8. So that kind of like brought about like the new age of like, you know, even though Junebug was super dominant last year, and he continued to, like after Supernova he went on to win the big Balc, like he wasn't someone who's guaranteed first. So that was like a lot of cool historical stuff about Supernova.
Yeah, Supernova also was one of those times where like there was just a bunch of people like Junebug, Sosa, Thunders, and like all of them got bodied.
Frozen.
You know? Like the bracket was like actually like insane, and like it was like probably like one of the things that really kicked off last year's like Final Boss is like the true kickoff, but we had like I feel like a kind of like a dip, and then like right before the summer started, like Supernova like kind of rekindled that flame of like, oh shit, PM being ridiculous.
Yeah. Oh man, that grand set was really good too. There's a lot of good stuff that happened at Supernova.
It's a pretty historical.
Yeah. And it'll be cool to see, because Thunders is back, and like a lot of people forget that Thunder's Reign was at the first Supernova.
Oh yeah.
He was really sick, wasn't he?
He had like
and he just didn't
heart
do well.
problem, I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
He like pretty much flew home and like went to the emergency room or something.
Oh.
Like that.
Yeah.
Sick.
It was really bad.
He got
happy he's still here, winning bigger belt.
Yeah, Thunders got 25th last at Supernova. He lost to Machiavelli and DVT.
Oh my god, Corey traveled to.
Yeah.
That's how you know it's been a fucking while.
Yeah.
Because I'm talking about Machiavelli in a national.
Yes. So Supernova's looking to be like pretty like exciting. I don't know. Mork's impressed me at bigger Balc, so I'm excited to see how he's doing.
Yeah, what were his upsets again? He beat Jay? No.
He beat Stereo and Gallo.
Oh, yeah, that's
Stereo and Gallo and Arrow. But then he actually went to Smash and Splash and didn't. I felt like he didn't.
I know he lost to Bobby Frizz.
Yes. So who knows? I mean, you have to be inconsistent before you're consistent. Yeah. So at least Morks has shown that he has high highs.
He has the potential, yes.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Hopefully Flip can defend his championship, and Thunders is definitely in the waters. Hopefully he can get better than 25th this year.
Yeah.
That'll be a long shot.
Well, you picked it as your event. Do you want to talk about LTC 5? I mean,
yeah,
it's pretty vague right now, but you know.
Yeah, LTC 5 happening at the Let's Play Gaming Expo, which is just a huge convention with like a bunch of like different I want to say game developers, like not even just like video games, like there'll be like board games there, and then like also like a bunch of like different merch, like art, like both like paintings and like just like those like button things and like the controller
they
stuff.
Have sick merch.
They have, they had like a bunch of different stuff there. It's really cool to see, and like a bunch of retro gaming stuff there as well. It was actually really cool expo to be a part of.
Is this like LTC 5? It has all this stuff, and that's all put on by the LTC team, or is
I think their event is just a part of the greater
Turning Locator is a part of this expo, sort of like Olympus, where like
was part of GameCon.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. It's exactly like that.
Gotcha.
And last year it was Smash 4, Melee, and PM. those were the main games. And now this year, they're adding 64 and Rivals to their events.
Oh, Rivals.
Mm-hmm. And so they're adding 2 more games, and I think the expo is also moving locations, because I think last year was in Plano, and this year's in Dallas.
Or at least near Dallas. I think it was at the Irving.
I think exactly where it is. I know it's not in the same exact place as it was last year. It did move.
It's not like the
Irving. It's a lot closer to the airport.
Well,
so that's actually very nice. It's like 10-15 minutes away from the airport.
Yeah, it's at the Irving Convention Center, which is apparently, when I scrolled out,
in Texas,
close to Dallas.
Oh.
I don't know Texas that well, so I just put Dallas.
Yeah.
DFW.
All right, and then last year, that was also Thunder's big breakout tournament. He beat Lunchables for the first time in a match that people at first thought was like, oh my god, how does DK beat Toon Link? It looks really bad.
That has been said about Thunder's reign for so fucking many matchups.
Yep.
How does he beat Diddy Kong? How does he beat Game & Watch? How does he beat Toon Link? How does he beat Wolf? How does he win everything? What he does.
So that was like Thunder's like big tournament. Like people knew he was good, but this one like took it over to the next level because he beat Junebug, he beat Lunchables, both of them there. It's like wow, like Thunder's is so sick. Also, what happened last year was Hyperflame beating Els. That was also a really sick set. So Hyperflame also becoming the hero of PM. That was a funny time.
Who's going to LTC this year?
So, going to LTC this year, we have Strombat, Thunders, Malachi, Reslived, Bobby Frizz, J-Fist, who had a very good showing at Bigger Balc this year, taking Thunders to Game 5, beating Venom, beating... There's one more person he beat. I think he beat Fresh, too.
Yes.
And beat
he had a really
those
good set
two.
with Thunders for like
both Thunders
games.
And Sosa. I think he went 3-1 with Sosa.
He took a game from Sosa.
Didn't see that one.
I'm pretty sure he took a game from Sosa.
Yeah.
I thought you streamed that one.
There's a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah, a lot of stuff happened that weekend.
Like,
that is fair. That is fair. But
yeah, I mean, as we're going down this list, it's harder to know the exact numbers of things because we're in the future now. How far in the future
this
are we?
This is the first week of
This
August.
is like 6 weeks later after all these events. Like, people aren't thinking about LTC much yet.
Yeah, this has time.
Yeah, but at the same time, there isn't a lot of time for us on the Balcast to hype it up because we're gonna be like looking backwards at all the debris of the
all
bodies
the fucking
and brackets.
Yeah. But yeah, I do want to say that like LTC, just like in general, like obviously last year was like one of the best brackets last year. But just historically is like one of the more long-term PM events, and like basically every year is ridiculous. Like it's always super stacked. The bracket is always super hype. Like super quality stream. Like
was LTC 2 the one with Neon and Mewtwo King? Was that at LTC 2?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. Because then LTC 3 was the one with
Junebug
and
drinking food.
Yeah.
And then LTC 4 was like Thunders and all that jazz.
Thunders, Lunchables.
Yeah. LZ.
Those are like actually some of the most iconic sets in all of game history.
Yeah.
LTC is pretty sick.
Like literally like I went to LTC 3 and it's like probably like my favorite national I've like been to. Like that was like, oh, it's so much fun. And like the Texas people are super dope. Like tons of national talent, because Texas honestly is like one of the best places for like a national to happen. Like it's just in the middle. Like everybody just meets halfway, you know.
Cheap flights, cheap hotels.
Yeah, and like Texas, it's got like big whatever
big
everything.
foods
And tons of air conditioning.
Yeah. Oh my god, their barbecue's so good. Oh.
I'm like, you just crank it up like this all the time.
Yeah.
We have to.
This is the only way to live here.
Yeah.
LTC is also the first place I tried Raising Cane's. I never looked back.
You like live next to it now.
Now we live next to it. This is before we had it.
Yeah. But yeah, so definitely LTC, like, it's got time, and it will definitely be one of the more, like, fat events of the year. Like, always is, you know. And that's also another event where we kind of tend to see the more, like, other players, like Melee Smash 4 people enter PM. That's like another event.
Because we're running every event.
Yeah, LTC also is ridiculous for like Smash 4 and Melee. Like it's just one of the, it's like Smash and Splash where like all the events are just kind of like intense. Yeah. So that just about covers literally 7 events in the next basically
like 6 weeks.
Yeah, month and a half.
Dang.
So yeah, PM is definitely kicking. I figured, I didn't actually write anything for us closing out, but I figured maybe it'd be nice to just quickly go over any tips we have on travel, because we've all traveled a lot for Smash, and a lot of people we're finally getting into this age of more people being willing to travel. There's a lot more events happening, more people who are willing to house people. It's kind of becoming more and more accessible to people outside of just top players who get flown out. So, I don't know, I guess we could all go around.
Also, flying out top players is a new thing. I think every single one of these events is flying out some sort of top player.
I feel it's almost becoming, necessary in a sense. All these events also
get
have
your talent
bonus.
first. As you get your talent, that's when everybody else starts coming.
Yeah, it's get your talent and then pop bonuses. And we didn't really talk about pop bonuses, but I'm pretty sure, almost all of these events have money thrown in it, too.
A little more coordinated than we were last year.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, yeah. But, yeah, I don't know. Tips.
One thing, plan out your rides from the airport, before, a week before. Don't do it day of, right before you're about to get on your flight. Hey, because someone pick me up from the airport.
Just arrive.
I'm at the airport.
We had literally people just arrive for Bigger Balc and just message me and be like, so where's my ride? And I'm like, I didn't know you were literally coming? Excuse me? Yeah. Also on the topic of flights, as someone who is the one who does all the flights for Bigger Balc and has to work coordinate all that stuff, if you're looking for help for flying, because I think a lot of people our age, this is maybe one of their first times actually buying their own flight and that kind of stuff. Google Flights, super easy to use. You literally just type in you can literally just type in location. So you could just say California, which will get you a lot of different airports and isn't good. Type in LAX if you're in SoCal. And then you can just type in another location for where you're trying to go to, and it just gives you an entire list of airports, prices. You can shuffle dates. It shows you hey, if you leave the day before, you might get a cheaper flight, all that kind of stuff. So I definitely recommend Google Flights. It's made my life actually doable in terms of getting flights. It wouldn't be possible without Google Flights. I actually love them.
Yeah, I actually use a website that Sneeze showed me. It's called Skip Lagged. Just you skip something and then lag ending with GED.com, and that finds you the cheapest flights possible as well. Either possible just connecting flights or just directly to there in all different times, and it'll show you put up a big calendar. It's hey, if you picked one date, what are the prices if you returned on each of these days? Yeah, it's super cool.
And I think that underlying all of this is oh, cool, cheap flights. How do I get the cheapest flight? And the answer to that is you just get your flight early. Because if you're trying to fly out a week before an event happens, you can go to whatever fucking website you want, and they're going to be expensive as fuck because you didn't plan ahead. I think that planning ahead is just the name of the game in every aspect of traveling.
Sort of OP that nobody does.
Make sure that you have it's 3 things. It's housing, transportation, flight. Those are the 3 things.
I feel flying and transportation are the same exact thing, but...
Well, I mean, how are you going to get to the venue when you, come down from the airport? So, if you have those 3 things figured out, put your controller inside of your backpack. That's it,
Yeah, so, that's the one thing you can't forget.
So, and as these events come around and as they get bigger and bigger, it's gonna be people are gonna be less
lenient.
Yeah, it's and because Bigger Balc was really big, and you experienced both. So the year before, right? So Big Balc, Balc was about 200 something.
Yeah, I would say we maybe housed 50 people.
Right, and you were able to deal with it.
Yeah, I alone did the housing for Big Balc. We had a team of people for the fucking Bigger Balc.
Yes.
And it still was chaos.
If you're just one guy, and from your Smasher perspective, you have your backpack on, and you're at the airport, and you're like, wow, what do I do? then you ask Smashers, Smashers are chill. They're homies to other Smashers, and you ask in their little group. It's not gonna happen if there are literally hundreds of other people that are asking as well.
Oh my god. That was actually such a problem with the Bigger Balc, and something that I don't know how to teach Smashers is if you looked at half of the posts leading up to the Bigger Balc that week, it was just can I get a ride from the airport? Anyone at the airport? Can I get a? Does anyone have house? The airport? Is anyone going to the airport? Is like just like literally like 20 people who are just like, hey, I'm at the airport. Anyone here? Anyone want to drive me? Yeah.
And it's like, dude, if you're like the eighth, like
there were people commenting on other people's posts about getting rides from the airport.
Yeah, that too. Uh-huh.
Like, what the heck is going on?
It's like, dude, if
you
that guy
don't even
can't
make your own post, you're like hopping on to someone else's post that is also like last second. Like,
but yes, bitching about housing aside, I do think that like when you're going traveling, always make sure to like just play like get friendlies with people that are out of region. Don't be that guy that just plays with their own region at a different state.
Yeah.
Because you want to like experience the people and stuff, and definitely just like hang out with them and things. You're going for a tournament, but you're like there for 24 hours of the day, even if the tournament's only like 8. And if you suck at Smash, maybe it's 30 minutes. So like just like spend a lot of time, make sure that you're hanging out, you're traveling. You know,
dude,
that's like
I want to stress that like. Regardless of your skill level, like, at least for me, and I think for a lot of people, like, traveling for Smash is where you, like, is just the best part of the community. Cool. Like, you get to basically just go experience, like, another culture of your community. Like, another Project M culture, just, like, a bunch of different people, but they all love the game like you do. You get to, like, get food with them and, like, check out what characters they're good at, and, like, you get to, like, root for your family, like, that traveled with you against other people's families. Like, it's, like... actually like the coolest thing about Smash.
And then like as like a player you see like the different styles that like each region has. Like it's so cool, like so many unique ways to play this game, and that just like develops in like each region. Like the meta is like just a tad bit different no matter where you go.
It was super interesting. And it just like kind of the same thing as like just listening to what players like to bitch about. That's like so interesting.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of different cultures and characters that people bitch about.
Yeah, I'm like, I went over it, and like people were like, I don't know, it's like we come from SoCal, and back when IPK was like ruling and stuff like that, we all bitched about Lucario. We went to Texas, and I'm like, dude, Lucario's so bullshit. Like, literally, what are you talking about? Like, and we're like, you don't understand. And then they're all like, but Roy though, and we're like, what are you talking about? Roy sucks. It's just, you know, it's just like it's really funny because like people kind of have their own little perspective on things, like Vicky said.
All right, but yeah, any more tips? Anything you wish you had known before you traveled? I guess I'll say that definitely join the Facebook group of wherever you're traveling to and just make a post. Like, not the fucking day of when you're at the airport. The month before, weeks before. Just be like, yo, I'm coming. Can I, like, maybe you can, like, ask about getting housing. Maybe just ask about, like, any locals that are before the national. Like, start talking to people and, like, make sure that, you know, you just, like, start trying to get in touch. Because, you know, you want to let people know that you're coming.
And say thank you. I think that's...
Yes, absolutely.
I think that, I don't know, like, even if I'm not the person that helped somebody, I really like it when people who travel to SoCal leave SoCal and say, I really liked it, you know? And, like, even if it's, like, they got housed by, like, Gunthers or something, and, like, I literally didn't even speak to them the entire time. I'm like, yeah, let's go SoCal, you know? Or something. So it's like, when you leave, like, that's how you make friends and make sure that you leave a good impression and stuff like that. You know, you always spread the love.
For sure. But anyway, that was Balcast. Hopefully you guys at least bother to check in on one of those events. Maybe travel to a couple. And we'll see you guys with all the 1.5 billion recaps we have to do next time.
Things will happen.
Later.